All right. I got one question for all the fucking know-it-alls out there. What happened? Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Brazil. I thought that was the next fight. That was the quote from all you guys. Oh, Joshua can go and fight Povetkin. He can go and fight someone else, and he's going to make 25, 30 million. Meanwhile, Deontay Wilder will go back and fight a guy like Dominic Brazil or someone of that type of status or stature and go back to making $2 million a fight. Guess what? Deontay Wilder threw us all a fucking curveball. Tyson Fury threw us all a fucking curveball. And if what these two gentlemen are saying is true, then we're going to have this fight next, and I can guarantee you one thing. Deontay Wilder won't be making $2.1 million for that fight. Okay? So all these people, where's Deontay Wilder going to go? What's he going to do? Oh, he's just going to go end up fighting Dominic Brazil for peanuts while Joshua's got the better situation. Well, let me ask you this. Does Anthony Joshua really have the better situation? Because if he does beat Povetkin, which is a big if, in my opinion, I'm going to favor him to win, but there's still, the fear of the unknown there if Povetkin can land that one shot and get Anthony Joshua out of there. That's always going to be in the back of my mind, and it should be in the back of a lot of other people's minds too. And listening to what Joshua was saying, how he's already looking past Povetkin, well, that's not really a smart thing, in my opinion. I don't know if he's being honest about that, but if he is, even joking about it, really doesn't make much sense at this point. But let's get back to the topic at hand. So my question is, if he beats Povetkin and ends up fighting Joshua-Whyte in a rematch, is that fight going to be bigger than a Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight? Because let's just even subtract the U.S. pay-per-view if they end up deciding to put it on pay-per-view in the U.S. We already know that it's going to be pay-per-view in the U.K. So let me ask you U.K. fans a question. Which fight, if you had one choice, you can only buy one fight, which fight would you buy? Anthony Joshua versus Joshua-Whyte 2? Or Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder? Because people want to diminish the popularity of Deontay Wilder over in the UK. But meanwhile, all you guys do is talk about Deontay Wilder. Whether you're bashing him or you're saying good things about him, you're still talking about him. You're still making him relevant, and you have made him relevant over in the UK. So because of that, I think Deontay Wilder can go over to the UK right now and fight a Tony Bellew, a Joshua-Whyte, a Tyson Fury, a Derek Chisora, and I think he could fill up a 90,000-seat stadium, along with those guys. So you guys want to talk about how irrelevant Deontay Wilder is, but if this is actually going to happen, and this is 100% factual, and it ends up being confirmed after Tyson Fury beats Pineda, then it's a game changer, guys. It's a game changer. All that bullshit that you talked about, Deontay Wilder having nowhere to go, having the only option to fight guys like Dominic Brazil and only make $2 million a fight. I guess you can throw that all out the window now, guys, because you were fucking wrong. Because in my opinion, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, whether or not you believe it's competitive or not, whether or not you believe Fury has come back enough where he's going to be a viable threat to Deontay Wilder, if he can reclaim that same conditioning and that same frame of mind that he had in the Klitschko fight, whether or not you believe that or not, sometimes, it's not about that. It's about the event, like Mayweather-McGregor. Am I saying this is going to be a Mayweather-McGregor? Absolutely not. But the two fighters and the way they could build this fight up, and the way Tyson Fury is just such a great character, the way he can talk, the way Deontay Wilder can talk, they can really bump this fight up, and they can make this fight huge. And if they decide to do a tour in the United States, Tyson Fury being the character he is, he could stir some stuff up. Deontay Wilder's done a great job promoting himself via social media, via YouTube, and I know people are trying to downplay that, but you know, when you are hyping yourself up on YouTube and you're using the social media networks, that seems to be the wave of the future, guys. I mean, YouTube is open to 1.9 billion people, so that's the largest audience that you could possibly be on, basically, in terms of reaching the most eyeballs, instead of just being on one network, being on one country. When you're on YouTube, you can be in any country in the world, basically. So I think Deontay Wilder has done a great job at marketing himself and utilizing YouTube and the other social media networks. And Tyson Fury is doing the same thing. I mean, it's a different ball game now, guys. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, Deontay Wilder would be struggling. But you know what? He has definitely, maximized the social media networks, and he's gaining popularity fast. Okay? So this fight, Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, if it does come off, I think it will be bigger than anything Eddie Hearn can pull out of his ass at this point. And I think they're going to end up scrambling. And, I hate to keep bringing up the $50 million offer, but Tyson Fury's lawyer had talked to Deontay Wilder's lawyer. Obviously, they're going back and forth because they're in the process of negotiating a fight. And the two lawyers had spoken, and it was confirmed that they could provide proof of funds. They had $50 million for one fight, $30 million for the other fight. So this just looks like a stupid move for Joshua to overplay his hand. Eddie Hearn overplayed their hand, both of them, and now it looks like they're gonna have a Dillian Whyte rematch, and Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder played the trump card. And now they're in the process of putting on the biggest fight in the division right now. Whether or not you think it's big in terms of significance or not, whether or not you believe Tyson Fury is back, as I said earlier in the video, I know you UK guys. You guys will buy this fight. I'll buy this fight. And I think a lot of American people, if it is on pay-per-view, I think they could really hype this fight up to the point where it could do a decent amount of pay-per-view buys. Is this fight bigger than Joshua Wilder? Probably not, but it is definitely the next best thing, and it's definitely better than Joshua versus Chisora. It's definitely bigger than Joshua versus White. It's definitely bigger than Joshua versus Usyk. And I would bet my life on that, and I can guarantee you, because of being able to loop in the United States pay-per-view alongside the UK pay-per-view and putting in a Vegas casino with substantially greater ticket prices, this fight, I think, could do a lot more revenue than any other fight that Joshua does outside of Joshua versus Wilder, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. And I think it's a pretty valid opinion if you really look at the ticket prices and you just look at the interest this fight could definitely generate, and over time it can just get bigger and bigger, depending upon if they decide to have it in December or if they decide to push it off and have it early next year. But that's my opinion. I think this is a genius move from Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, and their teams. I think this is a great move. I think it's a power play move, and it's basically letting Eddie Hearn know that, hey, you know what? You're not running shit anymore when it comes to the heavyweight division. Okay? This fight is going to be a statement fight in terms of letting Eddie Hearn know that, you know what? Deontay Wilder can make more than $2 million a fight, and he definitely is going to do that if he's fighting Tyson Fury. All right, guys, that's all I got. Come on, Eddie Hearn and Joshua minions. Come on. Sycophants, come on. Leave them all down there at the bottom. I know what's going to happen, and I welcome it. But all I got for you is a big fuck you, because this fight it is a middle finger to Eddie Hearn, and it is a middle finger to Anthony Joshua, because they ain't running shit like they think they are. All right, Beavers out. Talk to y'all soon. Peace. Have a great day.